All right. Cheers.
Is that a present?
Yo, just
Yeah, you gotta use the side button, the volume button.
Oh, really?
guys, I brought a just use. All right. Yo, are you ready? I'm so ready.
Good shotgun another beer.
No. You made a mess all over my laundry.
Did you
It was
really
not
make? Did you
over
really
your
make a mess
laundry.
all over your laundry?
There's Coors Light all over my laundry.
It's not over your laundry. It's over the floor.
Welcome to the FanCast podcast special today because it is all about you, our subs. Today is Sub Day Sunday, and it is
That's right.
the Super Bowl special. Thank you very much. We are going to first and foremost talk to you about the Super Bowl, tell you what the Eagles are thinking, what the Patriots are thinking. Yeah. I will choose my team, the team that I'm rooting for based on these guys' opinion. As a Ravens fan, I feel like that's the fairest thing to do to my team.
Go Birds.
That's true,
Hey,
but
birds,
you never know.
Bird teams unite.
Bird teams unite, but
Fairest thing
if
to
you
do,
come
your
with
team
that
is stick with
weakness,
your
if you
team.
come with that weakness today, then clearly I can't stick with you.
Raven.
After all that, we're going to give a couple special shout-outs to some fans that have been really supporting us this past month. We really want to thank you guys because this is FanCast Sports where the fans speak, and we want to give recognition where recognition is due.
Yep.
And that's
Absolutely.
and that is to you, the fans.
You guys are going to actually be heard.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh yeah, that's our whole thing with a fan cast.
Yeah, we're the
It's all about the
FanCast, we're
fans.
fans
We're not
speak.
the Mario cast.
We're not,
seem so
we're not
surprised.
going to hijack things. Before we go any further, let's introduce ourselves.
Aw.
Of course, I'm your host, Neth. To my left are the Eagles, and they consist of...
Mario?
Right.
All right, on Team Patriots this time we got...
Cody?
And your boy Rezo.
Look at these guys.
Not even synergistic.
All right,
At least I said my own name.
Yeah,
Road to
true.
Exactly.
Road to victory starts with teamwork.
teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work. I feel like we should flip a coin to see who goes first.
Did
Should
anyone
we?
bring,
You
should
got a
anyone
coin?
bring a coin?
We
have a
should
coin.
we should flip a coin. We should flip
That's
a coin.
that's what Brian did in our
have a
last
coin.
episode.
That's-
I mean,
Clearly
we
flipped
can
a
flip
coin.
a Bryant coin. Cody, heads or tails? Go.
Tails.
Wrong. Rezo, you go first.
So you guys go ahead.
Oh,
What the
Who
last
says even
argument?
win the coin toss?
Patriots always
Heads.
heads.
Why are you pointing at me? It's tails. There's only two options.
I just wanted. Are you going to declare tails or not?
Yeah. Yes.
They
All
can
right.
also declare heads.
Yeah, you could, and you could both be wrong. Your team's going first.
Are you able to do that?
Boom.
Boom.
I didn't know that.
All right, here we go. So, in your most savage, most rawest, no Vaseline
Wow.
way,
Wow. Really descriptive.
very good descriptive. Tell me why the Pats are gonna win, and why the Eagles are gonna lose.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious.
Those are one of the
I think it's very obvious.
Are they?
Is it-
The Patriots are ready to ruffle some feathers
Ha!
this
that a pun?
upcoming Sunday. Guys, history repeats itself. I don't think I have to tell anyone that. The last Super Bowl, I can remind these guys. But we're talking about the Eagles, when they played the Eagles. Okay? Do you remember what the final score was? Do either of you want to point out what the
I do
final score
remember
was?
last time
The
they
final
played
score.
the Eagles. It was 2015.
In the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl.
Chip Kelly
In the Super Bowl.
defeated New England Patriots in New England.
Chip Kelly.
They won 24-21
we
in the
did that
last
with
Super Bowl.
the most bogus offense that the NFL has ever seen.
In the last Super Bowl.
I miss Chip Kelly.
So here's a fun fact. The owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, Jeffrey Lurie,
Love that man.
Love that, man.
originally bid on the New England Patriots, but lost that bid to Robert Kraft,
Satan.
who currently owns the team. Probably one of the best things to
you
ever
said
happen
Satan.
to the team. Probably one of the best things to ever happen to the team, but even your owner knew who the real champions were. And I bet now he's looking at his decision and be like, man, I should have bet on those Patriots. 12 of the last 13 Super Bowls
Sure.
have been won by teams wearing white jerseys.
That's irrelevant.
The Patriots are wearing their white jerseys.
Sounds like a coincidence, but okay.
The Patriots are 3-0 in the Belichick-Brady era when wearing white jerseys.
Small sample size.
That's a pretty big sample size for Super Bowls, okay?
3 games.
Brady has a career rating. You want to talk about clutch? I think this game will come down to the fourth quarter. I do. I'm honest. I think the game will come down to the fourth quarter. The Eagles have a great defense. The Patriots have a great offense. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a tit-for-tat kind of game. Brady has a career rating, of 102.5, okay? But that rises to 119 in the final 2 minutes of a game, okay?
Okay.
And 112 in the red zone.
You're talking to them. You need to be convincing me as to why I need to be on Team Patriots. Because right now,
Tom Brady made it to 8 Super Bowls in 16 years. He has a 50% chance of
Was it
making
Tom,
it
though?
to the Super Bowl.
I'm just gonna play.
What's
I'm
his
just
record
gonna play-
against the NFC East, though?
Ooh,
What is his
what
record?
is
against
his
the
record?
NFC East, Bryant?
1-2.
They're
Oh.
1-2 against the NFC East. And is the NFC East
way?
against the playoffs?
That sounds
Is that
right.
playoffs?
That's in the Super Bowl because you're not meeting them
Would
in
that
the
be
playoffs.
the Super Bowl?
Yes.
1-2 in the Super Bowl against the NFC East. The
Yes.
Patriots. No.
Yes. No, wait, Tom Brady is 1-2.
No, Tom
the
Brady
team.
is what,
Patriots.
5 and
The Patriots is a
7?
team?
Yeah.
No, he's not 5 and 7.
They even have a worse record.
Is he 5 and
against
7 in
the
Super
NFC
Bowls?
East.
He's not 5 and 7.
Also,
He's
there's
5
other
and 2.
teams in the
He's
NFC
5 and 2.
East.
No,
There are 4
he's
teams
been to
in the
7
NFC East.
Super Bowls.
But while we're speaking about teams in the NFC East, I want you to know, Cody, that the NFC East is actually 8-2 when playing the NFC East in the Super Bowl.
Wow. In the AFC East. That
Let
I
me-
didn't
The
know.
NFC East against the AFC.
Let me ask you a question, Rezo, because you've been really quiet. I need more convincing right now. All right, because they're coming. Everything you're saying, Cody.
Hold on, I'm just bringing up Google now. Go on.
You're just bringing up Google. Okay, so recently we found out that Rob Gronkowski is going to be playing in this
You know what?
Super Bowl.
Nathaniel,
found
I'm
he
glad you
cleared
mentioned that.
concussion
He
protocol.
did. Yeah, he did.
Oh
Oh,
my God!
Do you know
Look at
what?
the thumb.
Do you guys want to tell me what the Eagles are ranked against the tight end
What are they
this
ranking
season?
against the tight end?
28th
Why?
against the tight end, okay? They're
Okay.
second against the run, third against the pass, but they're 28th.
Third against the pass. How do you get
Against
to the tight end?
the tight end.
Hey, how are the Pats rated
He's
against
the
the run?
X factor in this game.
22nd, 23rd, something like that, way down there. How many rush yards do we average a game? Like 137.
137, give or take.
You know,
We have LeGarrette Blunt.
137.
Solid
give or
points
take.
are being made.
LeGarrette Blunt
LeGarrette Blount.
I'm just
And-
happy.
and-
has
Yeah.
not had a
Dodged the
great year.
question.
No, because
And
he
he
hasn't
is
had
not
to.
the
Because he
man
hasn't
who
had
gets the
to.
ball.
Because we stole Jay Ajayi from the Dolphins.
literally
did.
stole
You
him.
did.
It was great.
What are your closing words?
Hold on. Rezo.
31-24. The Patriots will win. That is my final score prediction. 31-24.
I just want to say that Cody has to be one of the few people I know that doesn't have one of the Reebok-style Tom Brady jerseys. Because Tom Brady's been playing since Reebok made their jerseys. Nike only started
playing for a
making
long
their
time.
jerseys maybe, what,
Been playing for a
2,
long
3
time.
years ago?
No, like last year, I think.
Just a few years, like around the Chip Kelly era is when they started making the Nike
You
jerseys.
sure? I think it was like last year.
But Tom Brady, how long has he been in the league for?
100 years.
100 years, and you don't even have one of the classic Reebok jerseys? Are you kidding me?
No,
What's
I
more
have the
fair weather
nice,
than that?
stitched, legitimate Brady jersey. The current Brady jersey, because we are in 2018.
Fair.
I still have my Donovan McNabb, my Brian Dawkins, all the classic.
Oh, I have an
Reebok
old Brady
jerseys.
jersey, but I'm no longer 8, and it won't fit me now. So I couldn't wear it on this
It would still
podcast.
fit him.
According to Google,
But-
the question is how long is Nike contract with the NFL? The league said its contract with Nike was for 5 years and would begin in April 2012.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow, it's been a lot longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
2012.
When it boils down to it, we need to convince Nathaniel the obvious truth that Philadelphia is going to win this game.
Convince me.
I know you have some fun stats.
A blind baby could see the Eagles are going to win this
Obvious.
game. Well, first stat I want to come at you with
All right.
baby.
is that
Why is
when
the baby
beating
blind?
the Vikings in the playoffs,
Born blind.
the Eagles are 3-0 in the
What
game
do they know?
immediately afterwards. Nathaniel, I don't know if you remember who the Eagles beat in the NFC Conference Championship game.
Remind me.
The Vikings.
Oh shit.
Not only that, but they dominated. Nick Foles, the biggest question mark. Obviously, the Eagles have been underdogs ever since Carson Wentz went down. Kind of deservedly so. I'll admit, even as an Eagles fan, you know, their number one star quarterback goes down. Oh no, what's going to happen to their season? Guess what? They're still going to thrive because Doug Peterson is a good coach. And Doug Peterson is one of the few coaches, I think, who can actually challenge Belichick. If you remember back to the Jacksonville game, they had, less than a minute on the clock, 2 timeouts at halftime. What'd they do? They kneeled it. Doug Peterson wouldn't do that. Doug Peterson would challenge them because Doug Peterson understands that you don't play to not lose the game, you play to win the game
Love
against
Dougie
Belichick.
P.
You said he would
much.
challenge
Love Dougie
Belichick.
P.
He didn't say he would
Dougie
beat
P.
Belichick because you don't beat Bill
man.
Belichick. He has been in this league too
The
long
Giants did it twice.
to be beaten. Tom Coughlin is not in this game, nor is Eli Manning.
Okay, so a
Just
lot
wanna
of
make
people,
that statement
again,
clear if
Mario
no one
made a great point that Nick Foles was the biggest question mark by far going into this game. Undeservedly so. In the 4 games that Nick Foles actually played in, we're not going to count the end of the Rams game. We're not going to count the Cowboys game because he threw it 11 times before he was taken out. Our QB rating differential is actually 3 points higher with Nick Foles than it was with Carson Wentz.
Bench
You're
Wentz.
saying Nick Foles is better than Carson Wentz?
That's what you're saying.
I'm saying that our team around them
is better.
is
Stepped up to the occasion.
stepped up to the occasion. Perfect
So-
words.
And
I
that,
just-
again, comes to the good coaching. Because think about it. You're a team, and you just lost your star quarterback. What's going to happen to that team? Morale is going to be pretty tough. But again, Doug Peterson was able to still channel them, keep the winning culture, and look where they are now.
So Dougie P is as good as a coach as Bill Belichick. You're on record as saying Dougie P, Bill Belichick, equal.
Absolutely. There was a number that I referred to in the last episode that we had. That
Alright.
was the number 5,691. 91. Chris Long, Fletcher Cox. Chris Long in every big game always comes out and makes a big play. Against Minnesota, big strip sack for fumble recovery.
Okay, yeah, remember that.
Fletcher Cox, an absolute animal. Nobody on that Patriots offensive line is going to be able to handle them. It's going to be a bloodbath. Brady is going to go down. I'm calling it 4 times in this game.
At
Do you
least-
think
I
that,
thought
hold
you
on,
were
is
gonna say
that,
big
is that enough though?
like-
Brady's been in these
Think back
games.
to when the Giants beat the Patriots,
Luck?
okay? They understood
Definitely
how to
luck.
beat the Patriots, and you get Brady on his ass. All you have to do is win in the trenches, and your cornerbacks, your defensive backs, need to just play good enough man coverage where he can't find the open man. And I think that's what the Eagles can do. That's the key to beating the Patriots.
If you can shut down Brady's first 2 reads, then that's it.
But isn't playing devil's advocate,
Sure.
of course, isn't Brady known for always knowing where his check down is? You take away his first 2 reads, he always know where that safe
Down,
throw
check
is,
down.
or he's gonna throw the ball away. And over time, doesn't that mean Brady's gonna not make the mistakes that you want him to make?
It's not
Throughout
about
the
him.
game.
It's not about him making a mistake. It's about if we can force that check down every time, our defense is athletic enough to not allow that check down to result in a first down.
Okay, and to that I'd say, how do you think the Pats are going to be? How are they going to contain that defensive line and those linebackers that the Eagles have? I'll say, like, I have seen Brady get put on his ass 3 times in a row, and he just looks like the sorriest kid at the playground.
Brady.
Like, he got knocked down 3 times and didn't get picked to play another game after that. Super sad, pouty Brady. Do you think that you can match up athletically? Let's not even talk about schemes. Athletically, personnel to personnel. Do you think your team matches up well against theirs?
Yes. I think the Eagles' defensive line is great. It is. Don't get me wrong. But I still think the Patriots' offensive line is athletic enough to keep them contained, at least enough so where they may sack Brady a couple times. I'll admit that. I think it's realistic to think that they'll probably get to Brady once or twice.
4 sacks, 10 knockdowns.
Wow.
10
knockdowns.
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 That's what he's calling 4 sacks, 10 knockdowns?
Yeah.
Seems low.
Wow. Seems low. I love the confidence from this.
I thought he was going to say at least 8 when he
Also,
said
I
that. I
gotta-
thought he was going to be
I'm
excited.
sorry. I got
Brady
call
knows how to
somebody
hit
out.
his checkdowns. You remember last Super Bowl, right? Who was the real star of that Super Bowl? Not the real star, but the secondary
It's
star
never
next to
Brady.
Brady.
The
James White.
Never
James
Brady.
White was a great star.
Now, the
great
real-
check down man.
The real star of the last Super Bowl was
Lady Luck.
Lady Luck, and the real star of the Super Bowl before that, which I believe was the Seahawks game, right? Was
Defense.
the
Malcolm
coach.
Butler.
No, it wasn't Malcolm Butler. It was the Seahawks.
Yes, it was
the
Malcolm
Seahawks
Butler.
lost that game,
Yeah, they did.
and so the Seahawks lost that game because on what was it? First and goal. On first and goal, you don't at least try to run it. You don't at least try to do maybe a screen, a quick bubble pass.
Yeah, they didn't believe
I
in
don't know if you
Marshawn.
remember, but Marshawn Lynch actually did not have much success on the first and goal that season when he was rushing.
What are you? Even if he gets stopped,
Again, history is biased. If that play would have worked, then they would have been geniuses. But because it didn't,
okay, you're right. That's fair.
biased.
That's fair.
biased. I
That's
will say
great
the
defense.
Falcons-
It's realizing
Falcons lost that
what the offense is going to call, sniffing it out and picking the ball off. It's great coaching.
It's great coaching.
It's great coaching and
I
great
agree.
defense.
It's great coaching. I'm just saying that if it would have worked, like it would be a much different story, and they would not plague
got
this
me,
man
man.
for not running it.
No, I agree.
Rezo,
Yeah.
talk to me about how you feel about Tom Brady, not his legacy, but how he is right now physically. We all know that going into this year, he's significantly older than the quarterback that he's going to be playing against. Now, is he going to be ready physically for what the Eagles are going to be bringing to him? I'm not saying that right now he doesn't feel good, but we can all tell you, we feel great right before we're about to play, right? When we play ball, when we feel great. That one, that first foul, right?
That first screen you
that
run
first
into.
screen that you run through, that lets you know what type of day it's going to be, right?
Yep.
Do you think that this is going to be the year that the wear and tear finally catches up to him? Maybe not for the whole game, but when it counts. Well, you're in the Super Bowl. What, you only need you need one play. But if you have 2 or 3 small plays down the line, that equals up to that one play, in my opinion.
Sure.
Do you think that Brady will be prepared and will stand up to that?
You know, considering that he was drafted back in 2000, so he's been in the league for about 18 years. Right?
Wow.
Yep.
GOAT.
Granted, he
Brady.
didn't start the first 2 years of his career.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So 16 solid
I'd
years
like
he's
that.
been starting.
absolutely.
And he's been leading this team. The one consistent thing I can say about Brady isn't necessarily his physical attributes, because, I mean, since day one, he hasn't been really considered a physical guy. I mean, he can't run, and, you know, his throwing arm is amazing. I mean, that's why he's a QB, of course. But with his age, I think over the years, he's developed a confidence mentally.
Okay.
There's no,
yeah, definitely.
There's no doubt.
There's a mental
He's a
confidence.
more cerebral player now than he was 5 years ago.
And even-
Discipline. He's
yeah.
got a lot of discipline with his
Great
diet,
discipline.
his
There's-
lifestyle,
And not even,
everything.
and not even
Schedule,
discipline,
everything.
but also just the motivation in general. Like, I don't think that he thinks it's ever time to give up. I mean, I've heard recent, and I can't source this, but I've heard recent interviews from Brady saying how he just has a persistence to his game, you know, and he just knows that when people doubt him, he's just gonna show up and do his job.
You know what? I agree with that, because when he won Super Bowl
Patriots
4, there
do
was
a
an
better job.
exit interview where he talked about, they did a special where he was talking about being picked as the last quarterback of that draft and the emotions that he felt. Now, you'd think somebody who just won a Super Bowl, right, would be so full of emotions, so full of endorphins, would that memory wouldn't be the closest thing to his mind. But it was as real for Brady that day as it was 10 years before, right? Which brings me to my question for you guys.
Sure.
Brady has that inspiration, that spark, right? I can make the case that the Patriots, seeing how they're blowing up their coaching core, right, have some inspiration to win this as this last unit together, right? What are you guys bringing to the table as far as heart, as far as inspiration to match that?
Have you guys seen what this whole playoff has looked like? Every single team we play against, it wouldn't matter who we played against, we're the underdogs. We went 13-3 in the regular season, and people are saying that it is only because of Carson Wentz, and we are doomed.
Mainly because of Carson Wentz.
Mainly because of Carson
Mainly
Wentz.
only.
This team is playing with a bigger chip on their shoulder than any other team, at least in the last 10 years.
Not only that, but the Eagles have never won a Super Bowl. They've won several NFL championships, okay? But they've never won the Super Bowl.
How many NFL championships have they won?
2, 1949
Three.
and 1960.
11.
And 1943.
I'm not 100%
They're
sure of
actually
the year,
the-
but they've won 3.
They are actually the only team to defeat Vince Lombardi in the playoffs. That's a
Oh.
fun fact for the day. Yeah.
Fun fact. But
So-
they've never actually won a Super Bowl.
They've never won a Super Bowl. This is their 3rd appearance, but that's the big driving factor. They want to be the ones to bring it home. They didn't come here to participate in the Super Bowl.
No
they
participation
came
trophies.
to bring home the trophy.
Okay.
Everyone wants it.
Everybody wants it.
Of course.
Who's gonna get it?
It's the Lombardi Trophy. Of course, everybody wants.
I just I love the feeling of camaraderie on this team. Just everybody, just one team, one goal. You know, but it's just like you feel it more so. Like it just feels so much more like a brotherhood than the Chip Kelly era.
I hate to say it, but also with this Patriots team, they're just so damn spoiled. You know what? When it comes to the fans, they are just so spoiled. They are expected to just show up to this game.
I'm sorry.
The
Hold on.
Eagles-
Excellence is. Consistent excellence isn't being spoiled. It's hard work and dedication.
Preach.
That's why they've done it and you haven't.
Sure. Maybe the players, but when it comes to the spoiled fan base, okay, they just expect to anything other than a Super Bowl championship is a disappointing season.
That's the drive. That's the drive you
There's
need
no
to have.
drive. You
There's
just
plenty of
expect
drive.
to be there.
So
The
wait, so
Eagles-
they win because of what? They expect to be there, so they win? There's no drive in
it's
winning?
It's not the Patriots. It's you guys. Okay, so
What do you mean?
lose.
What do you mean, you guys?
You know
The
what I mean.
fans.
You know what I
guys.
mean.
I'm calling out the fans.
You lose one
You're speaking
game.
to your fans, right?
You lose one game, okay?
Eagles?
And you fans are like, nope, that's it. Fire Brady. Get rid of him. He's done.
I haven't heard anybody say fire Brady. That's crazy to me. Why would
Literally, everybody does.
Open your ears, Nathaniel.
as team Pats? Have you heard anybody say fire Brady?
No. The only things I've heard about Brady are GOAT, legend, Hall of Fame. I mean, those are the
He's
keywords
done.
I usually
Forget
hear.
it.
Would you trade Wentz for Brady?
Never.
No, Brady's old. Wentz is a bright future.
Would you have traded Wentz for Brady 10 years ago?
Okay. Would you have traded Wentz?
When he was
Yeah.
playing high school?
Yeah.
Sure.
So you hold on.
Years ago,
So
he
you're
was definitely
telling me.
playing high school.
Wentz in his
Ah,
prime,
he was.
Brady in his prime.
So you're
Would
telling
you
me.
trade them?
You're telling me that
We haven't seen Wentz in his
Wentz
prime yet.
is a better quarterback right now than Tom Brady. Because I'm
I
saying
said
right
if
this
we're
moment.
building if we would
Right this minute.
because we're training for the future as well.
No. I'm
Yeah, we are, 'cause it's not like
I'm
we
telling
get
you.
him back after
No,
the trade.
no. We're
One game.
saying. Listen to what I'm telling you.
Okay.
Right here. You with me?
Listen with your eyes.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing over there.
You get to for one season and one season only. Then it reverts back, so it doesn't like for this one season. Okay.
Just one game.
This one game. Thank
This
you.
one game.
This one game. Do you switch Tom Brady for? Actually, Wentz isn't even playing this game.
Damn, I was gonna say, of course I do. Wentz is hurt. So
For
yes.
Foles.
If Wentz was healthy, would you?
Yeah, if Wentz was healthy, let's do that. If Wentz was healthy, thank you, Team Pats. Playing devil's advocate here. If Wentz was healthy, do you make that trade? Do you swap your quarterbacks?
No.
No?
No. If
You
he's
don't.
healthy-
You don't have Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time,
At
on a
age
team
40.
with a good, borderline great.
No,
Just
because
for this one
this
game.
team was coached around Wentz's abilities. Again, that's going back to what Doug
Wentz
Peterson
isn't even
does.
playing. To your point.
Exactly. So
It's
what
Foles.
they did was they adapted. And
So
then
why
coached
can't they
the
adapt?
Foles abilities.
Then why can't they adapt to Tom Brady?
Because there's not enough time before the Super
So
Bowl.
he's
to
not that
change
great
the
of a
entire
coach?
Game plan.
Not that
Am I
bad.
supposed to
Nah.
give the coaching edge from
days,
Dougie
3
P
days.
to
Or 2
Belichick
days.
He
now?
has 2 days to scrap his game plan. Just throw that in the trash.
So okay, so you're so
Philadelphia
Tom
favorite
Brady.
Kobe.
You're saying Tom Brady isn't that much of a cerebral player to be like, hey guys, honestly, I've already scouted your team out. I know where you're weak, and I've already came from this team. Let's get this done. I feel like you had to play a lot of teams when they were good, and the Patriots. This is the thing that I'll say about the Patriots. You guys have stolen so many signals and have so much back footage tape on everybody. Is it really like you're playing a new team every year, or are you just cycling through the plays and being like, honestly, they're gonna run this offense, guys, Brady, throw it here, done.
You don't think
check.
teams change their plays? You don't think teams change their signals, change their plays?
I mean, a
Not
couple.
really.
You don't think other teams
Not all.
do that?
I
Watch
mean-
other teams
I
practice?
mean, when you're in such a garbage division that New England's in, I mean, they go through a new coach every year, so I mean,
Who has the stronger division?
we do.
Easily the NFC East is strong. I'm not going to argue that.
Easily, he said.
So
I'm not going to
if
argue
they're
that, but that's
coming-
irrelevant to the fact.
If they're coming out of the stronger
This year it
division,
was tougher, though. I
had
think
to
Jets had a
face-
decent year, more so than they were expected
What
to.
was their
The
record?
Bills made the playoffs.
What was the Jets'
okay?
records this year? What was the Jets' record this year, Rezo?
Let me pull that up for you. Keep talking.
The Jets, I want to say, were like...
Let's get the exact number.
Let's have the
must have
exact
known
number.
6 and
But that doesn't
10.
take away from the point that their season
5-11.
5 and so they had a losing.
But But they were expecting.
Taking away all expectations, finishing 5-11.
Their expectation was to maybe win a game. We had said it. We had talked about it. They'd be lucky to win a game. They won 5. And I think they played better than the record.
No. Pull up the tape. No, you don't have to do that.
We don't have to pull up. Look,
We can't.
It's
even
up
pull
there.
all right. I think I've gotten enough shit talk from the both of you guys for a couple decisions.
Let me just tell you
Final
one more
score?
thing.
Awards.
Ending note. Final score.
That's hold on.
He already said his final score.
But he didn't.
Yeah, but I got one more point to make.
He has one more
Baker.
point to make. I'm gonna let you guys make each your last points, and then I want your final scores and your MVPs.
Sounds fair.
All right.
Okay.
We are gonna go with the Eagles to start us off. Final score, final point, final score, MVP.
There's a final point that I would like to make.
Ooh, take that away. I got the score.
We have a sick fight song. They have Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne.
That's
Crazy
not-
Train is a
that's not
great
the
fight
thing.
song.
It's
not a
you
fight
kidding me? It's
song.
not even original.
It's a pump up song. I'd
It's a good
probably
song.
say.
What's your song?
Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fight, Eagles, fight. Score touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. EAGLES, Eagles!
Excellent.
That was
Did
amazing.
you get that out of your system?
Was cute, guys.
We're gonna do a lot more on Sunday.
No, I
gonna be a lot
don't
of
think
that.
you'll be doing it enough on Sunday, so I'm glad you got it out
I'll be
now.
doing a lot on Sunday.
A lot.
Final score will be 33-27. Eagles take it.
Good game.
That's
Nicholas Foles, MVP.
Interesting score.
Nicholas Foles.
I respect your final score. I would say probably like 30, 31, 24 is more along my lines. And I would say that Mr. Fletcher Cox will take home the MVP.
All right, talk to me. Pats, this is your last chance.
You're 6.
They made a point that they think their team is younger and athletic. Well, let me tell you, and I'm going to quote Colin Cowherd, who
And disabled.
Colin Cowherd, you mean?
Yes, that's what I said.
You said Cowherd.
I said Cowherd.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
In a podcast recently,
Like,
he
much
stated
like
this quote, "Athletes get tired. Systems never do. And the Patriots have a winning system."
So Brady's a system quarterback?
Definitely.
That is not what I said.
That's what I heard.
Well,
So
then you
he's-
should get your hearing checked. The Patriots have a winning system. In the blitz for 6, they will win 31-24. I think I stated that earlier.
Okay, same spread.
And Tom Brady will win MVP.
My final score: Eagles versus Patriots. Super Bowl 52. It's gonna be 28-17 Patriots.
It's just Eagles. Just a bomb.
Reveals.
No.
All right, Daniel. Talk to me. You've heard my case, heard Brian's case, heard these two schmucks' cases.
That was disrespectful. Nick, we have
We didn't
names.
call you
that
names.
was
I mean,
complimentary.
honestly,
I thought that was
Stay
complimentary.
classy, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Stay classy.
Solo Cup. After taking both your points into consideration, the Eagles, people.
It's Carson.
Carson Wentz. I'm also going for him as my MVP. I think
That'd
the
be
score
impressive.
is going to
It'd
be
be really impressive because he's not playing.
It is going to be impressive. I'm also going for him as my
Goes out
MVP.
with a crutch.
I'm going to go for him as my MVP. The score, in my opinion, is going to be a little bit lower. I'm going. Honestly, I think it's going to be a little bit lower. I think
What's
we're going
the
to.
score?
I'm going to go 27-23. That's what I think the score is going to be.
23.
27-23.
You think a safety will?
I think a safety's going to.
Maybe
I
a
think
lot
a
of
safety.
field goals.
A missed extra point attempt could happen.
That's true.
Look,
Yeah,
literally,
okay.
that's. I don't know why you guys are. That score is
That's his
possible.
score.
That's
That
like
is-
my
I
score.
respect
Why
your
did we
score.
like? Wait, what?
We all
I
know
don't respect your score
Gostowski
because
has
it's
missed a
wrong,
few.
but I will take your opinion.
Look, that. I'm saying this game is going to be wild and crazy. We're going to have. I think
That
we're
it will
going to.
be.
I think
That
we're going to
it will
have
be.
missed. We're going to have missed field goals. We're going to have safeties. We're going to have a lot of things going. It's going to be an entertaining game, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a low score, a
28-17.
medium scoring going game. So
28-17. I'm calling it right now.
you already did
You
your
already
score.
called it.
You already called it.
I know it's a low.
You already lost.
He's repeating it. What do you mean
Yeah.
lost what?
Yo,
Fly,
Eagles fly, something, something, yeah.
You don't even know this.
Yeah.
fly.
Okay, that's enough of that. All right, honestly, that's enough of that. So it's the time that we've really been waiting for. It's been great talking about the Super Bowl. Like I said, it's Team Eagles for me. These guys convinced me. They brought me over to the light side. I don't want to sacrifice any goats to get a win anymore.
Don't need to. Don't need
All right.
Well played.
But in real talk, guys, we really want to say thank you to all you guys who have shown us some support as we've gotten this thing going. FanCast is about you, the fans. That's what I want this to be. That's what we're building for. Ways for you to interact with us so that you can slowly become a part of the show. And the more that you talk, the more that you give us your feedback, the more that you give us your input, the more that you are just connecting with us, the more that we can give that back to you. Whatever energy we receive, we swear we're giving it tenfold back. To that point, I'm going to kick it off to our social media whiz, Rezo, who's going to be telling us about some great people that have been showing some love to us since we started this year.
Yeah. First off, congrats to all of you guys. Like, a great month. Yeah, I can't believe it's fast. It came fast, right? We have 4 episodes up and running for FanCast Friday. We got a couple of miscellaneous stuff on SoundCloud and YouTube as well. We put up a number of polls. Cody, you've been great, just killing out the polls on Twitter. And, you know, with the little feedback, you know, with the little interaction we've had with the fans and with the polls and whatnot, it's still a win for us. Like, we're still hearing voices. We're still getting some sort of response, which is great. And, like, we got to start somewhere. So we can only go up from here. This previous poll that you actually posted was about the Super Bowl 52 and who's going to win, Pats or Eagles. We have a 67% Patriots vote and a 33% Eagles vote at the moment.
Wow.
Underdog.
Underdog.
Yeah, but the fans have spoken.
They have
I gotta put
spoken,
this on there.
and mainly through Twitter. I remember. So based on our previous post on Twitter, based on our previous post on Twitter, this goes back to the playoff games where the Vikings were actually still in the playoffs, and we had at Majin Vegeta. So,
Majin Vegeta.
is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah, Majin Vegeta.
I don't follow Dragon Ball Z.
What does the scout say about this power level?
Oh my God.
But, you know, a short and simple comment, Viking, obviously. It's like,
Well said,
it's
man.
so
Words.
You
it's so
believe in the
simple,
Vikings.
but that's just
Good man,
what
I
we
do
need to
too.
know that we're actually
do too.
reaching out to a fan base. Like, this is who we're speaking to right now, and that we need to acknowledge that. Anyways, we have to owe it to Cody's mom, Laura, who consistently, every day,
Saying her government name, shit.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's her name.
no, it's not.
I mean, I call her mom. Thank you. but her name
Does
is
Cody's
Laura.
mom have a
She
Twitter handle?
consistently
Because I doubt it.
retweets
Oh,
our
she
posts.
does.
Yeah.
Yes, she
And
does.
likes
She's been
them on
great.
Instagram and Twitter, obviously. So, you know, shout out to her.
I mean, at the same time,
Correct.
hi, Mom. I'm not gonna let. I love you. There's a couple other people outside of Cody's mom that we need to thank. Bryant, you had somebody special in mind?
Oh, yeah. My boy, CPB, C-Bot Bush Pants. What up? Homie coming in hard with criticism. All right? In the best possible way. All constructive. Comes in, watches every episode. Seems to hit us with a detailed list of notes every single time.
He's
That
made
is
us better,
just-
though. It's made us better.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. I love you, C-Bob.
Aw.
He also reps that Eagle Green.
That Eagle game.
That
Bird.
Bird Gang.
Burger.
You know, Corey, I know I go against a lot of what you believe in, but you know what? I appreciate you, man. And thanks for being a tight follower.
I have one person that I definitely
Dead inside.
think needs some recognition as being a fan from day one, who has been super supportive, has chimed in on every video, every Twitter poll, and even this past week when we made our switch to SoundCloud instead of going YouTube and SoundCloud. He messaged me, he DM'd me and was like, "Hey, where's my FanCast Sports? Like, this is how I start my Fridays." So this is a special shout out going out to you, the Reefer Turtle. I appreciate. One, that's a great name.
Love it.
Two, thank you so much. It's fans like you and fans like C-Boss Booth Pants and Cody's mom.
Thanks,
Well,
man.
really, no, honestly, guys, we
credibility.
really want to say thank you guys for showing support to us, and we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna keep striving to make the best content all around for you guys. Starting with every Friday on the Friday, you can expect a FanCast Friday. All right.
Bang bang.
No sweet
Okay.
words.
They're going to be on SoundCloud and on YouTube, all right? Also, as far as us getting together, this is going to be our Sub Day Sundays where we come back here and we talk to you guys. We let you know how great you guys are, as well as letting you guys see these beautiful mugs right here, all right? So keep... For real?
So
These are your friends.
It's because you didn't point him out.
All right, this beautiful mug right here. All right,
Ew.
because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
when all things said and done, it's about you, the fans. Because this is FanCast Sports, where the fans speak. So be heard.